Hello everyone, welcome back to Denise Beauty Corner, the little corner where we are talking about beauty related things and also luxury bags and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna make the intro super long, but if you want to check out my other channels, because I have plenty of other channels as well, this is just one of my smallest one that I do just because it's fun and because I love to talk about bags and things like we're going to talk about today. But you can always check out my link tree down below if you want to see my other channels, and there I also do a lot of different things, like for example reviews of clothes and things, so check it out down below. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about my top 5 things to think about if you are buying a Louis Vuitton bag for the first time. So it is kind of a big splurge to buy a Louis Vuitton bag, and maybe you have been thinking about it for a while. Maybe you spontaneously want to buy it. Maybe you are going to wish for something for your birthday. I don't know, but there are some things that I would recommend you to think about if you're buying your very first Louis Vuitton bag, because it is kind of a big purchase. So my first Louis Vuitton bag that I bought was actually the Neverfull Damier in the size GM. I was super happy with the bag. I still have it there. It's standing right there. And I have used it tons, and it's still holding up really good after 11 years. So that's a really good purchase. But what I can say is 11 years from now, not everyone and their mama, okay, not everyone has a Louis Vuitton bag, but a lot of people are having that. And a lot of people are having that as their first bag. So the first question you have to ask yourself, do you want to stand out with your bag? Or do you want to blend in and have something that everyone that has Louis Vuitton bags are having? I can say I didn't think anything. I did it the opposite way when I purchased my first Louis Vuitton bag. I saw the bag, I wanted the bag, and I didn't think so much into it that I really wanted a Louis Vuitton bag. So I have wanted that bag for some years, and then I just bought it. So if you have been aiming towards a bag and you still want it after a certain amount of time, then it's the key that's the right one to go for. But otherwise, ask yourself, do I want something that everyone is having? Then a Neverfull or something like that is really good for your first bag. But if you want something that is a little bit more unique, maybe you want to go for something that not everyone is having. So I would say that is the first question you should ask yourself before you're buying your first Louis Vuitton bag. The second question that I would say is, if you're buying your first Louis Vuitton bag and you're only going to have one designer bag or one Louis Vuitton bag, what else do you have in your closet? So should you go for a staple monogram bag, or should you maybe go for more damier? Should you go for the more brighter colors like an azure, damier azure, or should you go for plain black? That should be the question, like what else do I have? If you have a lot of low-key colors in your collection, maybe you have a lot of black shoes because it's really nice to match. Maybe you have a lot of black coats, black shoes, and you want to spice it up with the color. Or maybe you're not so much into colors and you want to go more low-key. I would say if I picked my first Louis Vuitton bag now, knowing what I know now, I think I would pick one that is black. Basically because black goes to everything, almost. And also I kind of use my black bags a lot. And I have to say, I honestly don't have enough of black Louis Vuitton bags. I tend to reach for my small little black bag all the time. And I wish I had something in between, like a Métis or something in black, because that will be a really good bag to fit a lot of things in, but also that works with everything. Otherwise, if you want to have something that says a little bit more Louis Vuitton, I would say a monogram bag, but it depends on a little bit who you are. Some people are more keen towards the damier. The monogram, you have more options. The damier, you have less options. It's not as many options in the damier, but I would still say, if you don't really know, I would say buy a black one and you are gonna thank me later. The third thing you should ask yourself, of course, is the size. Is this a bag that you are going to use every day? Is it something that you will have on special occasions? Is it something like a small purse that you will have more for party occasions? Or is it something that you need to have to fit your computer and everything in? There are multiple different Louis Vuitton bags to go for in different sizes. And everything comes down to what you are going to use it for. I think that's why Neverfull is one of their most popular bags, because you can fit so much in it, like Neverfull. You can fit so much in a Neverfull, and it also comes in 3 different sizes. So it's very easy to get something that you can have both for work, for travel, for other occasions. I would say if you are more in the handbag, but a little bit bigger, but still not super small, the Métis is a really good option. It's also a very popular bag, but it is a bag, thinking back now, that maybe my second bag would have been a Métis if I didn't I didn't really do it. I don't really know. I don't think, honestly, Métis was even out on the market when I purchased my second Louis Vuitton bag, which was, that was actually a Métis Hobo, but I don't really know if the Métis version as it is today was out then. But the size and how much are you going to use it? Some people buy the Louis Vuitton bag, the first one or the second one, as more of a bag they use for luxury occasions than a smaller one. But if you want to have something for an everyday, then you should look into the bigger ones. You also have the On The Go. It's a really good one that you have in different sizes that is comparable to the Neverfull, but not as popular. It's a little bit more expensive though, which leads me to the thing number 4 to think about, what goes for buying your first Louis Vuitton bag. Should you buy it pre-loved, or should you buy it brand new? It depends on, first of all, if you want to have more vintage style. Sometimes you have been aiming for a bag that is not available in the store anymore. Then, of course, the pre-loved market is the only way to go. I would say there are plenty of really good high quality bags on the pre-loved market that you get for a bargain compared to what you pay in the store. I have to say that honestly, me myself, I have not purchased so much new Louis Vuitton bags lately, because I feel like the quality has been going down on Louis Vuitton bags lately. I honestly have to say it's 1 year since I purchased my last Louis Vuitton bag, which was my multi-pochette in the blue white. I don't know if you can see if it stands up there. That was the last one that I purchased in store. I have been buying 1 or 2 bags on the pre-loved market after, but overall I would say I think you get more for your bucks on the pre-loved market, because honestly the bags back in the early 2000s, even on the 90s, but back several years ago, the quality is much better. Some bags are actually more expensive pre-loved than they used to be when they were sold in store. But deciding if you want to go on the pre-loved market or if you want to go for a new bag from the Louis Vuitton store, that's a pretty important thing to make. I honestly think that if you are on a budget and you are saving to buy your first Louis Vuitton purse, I would recommend you to buy it pre-loved. Go for a style that is less money and that maybe it's better quality then, and maybe you can even go for something that is not even available anymore. And I think it's a better investment of your money than buying something new in store where you purchase for, they have raised the prices so high also, so it's sometimes even hard to get your money back if you want to sell a bag that you're buying new in store now. It didn't used to be like that, but a lot of things has changed over the past years. So I would say my recommendations is to buy it pre-loved, but it all comes down to how much money you have for it, how much money you're saving, and how big of a budget you have. But my best purchases I have made has been pre-loved, to be honest. I have purchased both pre-loved and in the store, but I think the ones that I am going to end up making most money of, even though I'm not buying my bags to make money out of them, but I always like to keep in mind that if I want to sell it, I will get the money back that I put into it. In that way, I kind of had the bag for free, and that's how I'm thinking. So I would recommend pre-loved. There are plenty of different ways to buy pre-loved, but make sure that you have the verifications that it's really a legit bag, so you don't put your money on anything that is fake. Final tip that you should think about before buying your first Louis Vuitton bag is which way you like to carry your bag. because a lot of the bags are coming both in handle and crossbody options. Some bags are also coming in the options so you can carry them as a handbag, crossbody, and handbag like that. So like a shoulder bag, crossbody, and handbag. So look into what convertible options you have. Some bags also, if you buy like some accessories, it doesn't necessarily have to be legit Louis Vuitton accessories, but like straps and things, you can convert them into different ways of carrying them. So many people like to have crossbody bags. Some people don't like crossbody bags and like to carry them like this. So I like bags where I have multiple options because I like all the options. And sometimes I find myself when I'm out and about, I carry the bag crossbody at first, but then I want to change it. So to have a bag that is actually convertible and you can carry it in many different ways, that's actually something that is really, really nice. Something that you cannot do with a Neverfull, for example. The Métis, you can do it in some ways, but I, for example, have this bag. It is the Lock Me My Lock bag. I wouldn't say that this necessarily is a good first Louis Vuitton bag, even though it's a really nice bag. Maybe this one in black would be a really good like first bag. But this one, you can have, it's very easy to convert. You can carry it on the shoulder, but you can also easily carry it crossbody like this. And you can also just carry it in the hand, or if you want even shorter, you can even carry it like shorten this. How do I do it? Like that. Shorten it and you have a handbag. So you have multiple options and you can just switch it when you're out and about. This is, by the way, a really good, I bought this on the pre-loved market, but this is a good size bag where you can fit a lot. If you want to have a handbag, this is a really good option, but I wouldn't say that like push that this is a good first bag. This is kind of a little bit more expensive Louis Vuitton bag, but I am really happy with this. And I love that you can carry this in many different ways, and I have found myself that I really appreciate to be able to change the way I'm carrying the bag when I am out. So that's something that I would recommend you keep in mind before you buy your first Louis Vuitton bag. Like, how do you like to carry it, and do you want it to be easy to convert into different ways of carry? Because that's something that I definitely absolutely appreciate. So that was a few tips for you what to think about before you're purchasing your first Louis Vuitton bag. I am just a bag lover. I'm not an expert. I have been collecting bags for several years, and I just love bags and jewelries and clothes and shoes and everything else. Like, I am a junkie what goes for everything almost. So I'm just sharing my tips and my humble experiences, but I'm not saying that I'm an expert in the area or anything. But I hope you liked this video, and if you found it helpful, let me know in the comment sections down below, or if you have any specific video that you would like me to film, let me know. But for this time, thank you so much for watching, and bye!